I think I accidentally started a G.I. Joe comic book art addiction. Started with that Brad Walker G.I. Joe variant cover to issue 309 that I got a few days back. You know, the one that featured Lady J on the cover. This somehow got me into buying original comic art interior pages from the same issue that featured my other favorite characters, such as Baroness, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow. And the funniest part is, Lady J isn't even in issue number 309. But after getting that variant cover art by Brad Walker, you know me, had to go down another rabbit hole. So today, we're unboxing original comic book art pages from G.I. Joe A-Raw number 309, bought directly from the comic book's inker, Tony Kordos. Plus, there's an additional G.I. Joe A-Raw page in here from issue number 306 with a really cool scene that involves the Baroness and Destro that I could not pass up. So what are you going to gain from watching this video? Well, if you're thinking of getting into original comic book art, you might find some more budget-friendly options in displaying your original comic book art. Maybe you'll discover a new artist in this video that you might want to check out. If you're a G.I. Joe comic book fan, maybe there's an issue that might pique your interest to discover or find out a little bit more. Who knows? We're all collectors and we're all here to have fun, so let's get to it. After getting that Brad Walker variant cover and original art, then I started thinking about which frames I could put it in so I can hang it up on the wall above my G.I. Joe shrine. Found these SECO snap frames with the UV resistant cover on Amazon. They were perfect. Perfectly fit the 11x17 original comic book art. The snap frame did not cover up too much of the artwork. And they were super lightweight. I could use these 3M wall stickers as well as the push pins to hang it up with no problem. Only beef is that they did not come with these metal hanger hooks. I actually had to get them separately off of Amazon. I picked page 8 because it was one of the few pages he had up that had the Baroness kind of clearly in the panel. It's not a great shot of Baroness, but you can identify the Cobra logo. Pencils by Paul Pelletier. I got page 12 because it has Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes in an action scene. Not the greatest, because while it has them both in action, we mainly see them from behind. Its saving grace was seeing Storm Shadow from the side. Actually, page 12 wasn't my first choice. It was page 19, but, you know, somebody got to that first. Having Don Moreno in action is also a big plus for this page. You know how much I love my girl, the Baroness. And this page has a fantastic Baroness and Destro moment where she's about to completely lose it and Destro got to hold her back. That fiery intensity. Love it. Plus my girl is clearly shown in this scene. Couldn't pass it up. Back to this SECO snap frame that I found on Amazon. So good, I had to buy 3 more of them. Yeah, I decided to put the G.I. Joe A-Raw 309 interior pages in these SECO snap frames instead of putting them in my DIY frames because these are actually more economical. Yeah, they're super lightweight as well. I can still use the hook frames for the push pins. Just the perfect choice. So, time to rotate out these bad boys. To be clear, UV resistant does not mean UV proof. So I decided to take this out and put it in one of the few comic book frames that I have. Actually, it's the only one that I have. And put it right alongside the original art cover. How beautiful is that, huh? It looks like it's starting to come together quite nicely. And there it is. So I showed out the SECO frames with the UV resistant covers. The hanger hooks that you'll have to get separately. The 3M wall strips to help secure your original art frames on the wall. And last but not least, the inker Tony Kordos and his site, TonyKordosInking.com, where you can find other original art pages that he's inked besides G.I. Joe Real American Hero. Once again, I'll leave all the information in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out my other videos somewhere around here. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.